the horrific Facebook Live video, I'm sure you've seen this, of 4 people who
it's unbelievable.
Tied up a man, an 18-year-old.
Beat him,
tortured him, harassed him, yelled all sorts of horrible things at him. Well, they have now been charged, thank God. They've been charged with a slew of crimes, including a hate crime. They've been charged with robbery, burglary.
What is the basis of the hate crime? I'm curious.
Well, because they were yelling, I don't know, they didn't spell it out yet, but they were yelling out things like, you know, blank white people.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. I mean, is it a racial-based hate crime?
I mean,
it seems like it.
It would seem to be that way.
Yeah.
And by the optics on the video and about what they were saying, there's no reason to think any otherwise.
I think that's right.
Hate crime, yeah, for sure.
And guys, we just got the mugshots in too from Chicago PD, and again, like Charles said, I mean, they've been charged hate crime. There's kidnapping charges. There's battery with a deadly weapon, aggravated charge, aggravated unlawful restraint. Like, there's a whole slew of things with these 4, and they're like 18-year-old kids.
This is the one, the woman in the top left, Covington. She's the one who did the Facebook Live broadcast.
What is going on,
which I have to say was particularly brilliant of her.
Yeah, really.
To do while in the act
well, you know,
of
thank God she did it.
Violent felony. Yeah.
Thank God she did it so that these people can hopefully be brought to justice. Now, when this first came out, there were a lot of things that were being yelled at this young man, the 18-year-old. They were aside from the racial things, they were also saying
anti-Trump.
Yeah, they were saying, you know, blank Donald Trump, as if to say this kid was a supporter of Donald Trump. I think, in retrospect, looking back at it, they were just sort of saying, well, if you're white, you must love Donald Trump, and therefore, blank Donald Trump is what they were yelling at him. Which
this is just a terrible message.
Totally absurd.
Can I say something here on that as well? Obviously, you know, like, I've made my feelings on the election and Donald Trump. Well, it doesn't matter how you feel. Like, treating people with human dignity, and that knows no political affiliation and no boundary and stuff like that. That's way beyond the line what happened.
Yeah, something tells me that these 4 suspects really weren't paying attention to the election either.
Nor do I think they had any idea what this guy believed.
And the police already came out and said there's really no connection between these kids and Black Lives Matter. These are dangerous, dangerous individuals that need to face the criminal punishment that they deserve. But like this did nothing but hurt anyone who wants to see political, civil discourse happen in America.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Hi, this is Nicholas. I'm calling from Oakland, California. I think it's completely horrible what these kids did to that. My heart goes out to the family of the one who was kidnapped. My heart goes out to the family of the kids that did it. But, you know, I hope that this has nothing to do with a stain that you put on Black Lives Matter or the movement or anything like that. But, you know, the only thing I thought about with Donald Trump is that you kind of put a stamp of truth on it when he says you can't walk down the street of Chicago, and they put it live. I mean, what's going on? You can't do that.
Yeah, that's an excellent point, Nicholas. It's like, you know, Chicago is struggling with so much right now, and then to have this as something...
It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible.
Make sure to subscribe to TMZ Live to keep up to date on the latest entertainment news.
And if you want to keep watching, click on one of these videos right now.